But I believe, when you gelling with somebody, you've been through it with them, right? You guys usually find eventually some peace to where you guys can coexist. But as you see, the dude Ice, he addressed Ant Jefe. And what he said was real. He's listen, man, look, if I got a homeboy that come in and he hit over here and y'all know that we upstairs or wherever, downstairs, whatever it may be, and y'all choose to max him out and just not give him his fair ones or whatever, y'all max him out and take shit from him, right? Yeah, at that point in time, it ain't the approach that Jefe's taking is, well, that happened to him and he didn't get out.
About Shooter?
About Shooter, right? We part of the gangster card. The gangster card is supposed to get off.
That's what some of those dudes are saying.
Dude, a neighborhood. He's a neighborhood. Ice is from NHC. So his side, he's on the side, the doer side. He's saying the gangster card was supposed to get off for the NHC card. I'm telling you, because if it would have been vice versa, the Hoodster card would have got off on the gangster card, because they want to send a message that y'all not just finna do that to our people when they land, especially when some of y'all people up there with us. So when he said that, Ant Jefe responds, oh man, you saying this, that, and the other, but you sitting there with J Hood. And J Hood, right, proclaims to have done this to East Coasters. But see, Ant, and I'm noticing, I see why him and Sporty can't get along. Because they don't receive structured positive criticism. Gumby approached Ant in a respectful way and told him, bro, you're doing too much talking for the type of case you have.
When you say approached him, you mean like made a YouTube video?
Made a YouTube video. Yeah. And you're doing too much talking for the type of case you have. You got a gang-related unalignment. And you constantly on the phone saying you in the middle of, or you part of, or you the one to go to for this, that, and the other. And he like, little bro, he like, look, you can't be Channel 7 News. I fought your type of case, which he has, right? And Jefe don't hear that. He says, yeah, well, Gumby, you stabbed somebody in front of the police and
killed them.
You was talking and this, yeah, but see, Gumby ain't fighting a murder right now.
Right.
Whatever Gumby did, he beat his murder.
Right.
Right? He's home free. So he's telling you from experience, well, he might have made the mistake, right? This not what you want. So anytime somebody tells and points out to Ant Jefe what you're doing, right? He, instead of him hearing it, he attacks him. I guarantee you this, mark my words, when it comes time for his trial, everything that he has said on that phone will be in his trial documents. The DA, listen, if the sheriffs went and pulled baby Shooter out, he was in Wayside. When they were looking for him, he was in Wayside already. When they pulled him out and pressed play on that damn recording, hey, is this you, this, that, and other? If they have identified who that is, right? They have definitely identified what Ant Jefe's been talking about, and they have delivered that to his district attorney. Character, bro, you supposed to be playing gospel guy right now. You ain't part of nothing. Man, I was up there getting toilet paper. Yeah, I grew up over there, but I ain't had nothing to do with what them guys is doing. This is where I live at. So you still saying you patrolling, you going to, you talking, you refereeing, and then he throwing people names out there. He did a whole clip and named some dude from Harlem that we didn't know.
But was talking about his case? Talking
about who was involved.
Oh, with the shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That, yeah.
Right? Now you got Shooter's attorney Jasmine, on there giving a roll call of criminal penal code violations of what happened to Shooter and saying, guys, it's probably not smart that you're identifying yourself in your gang and saying you did it for this reason and these reasons, because they don't even need him, because you have the recording where you have identified yourself and what you've done and what you're doing and who you're doing it to. Now, it was one dude put himself out there.
That's some loose cannon ass shit.
Right, it's one dude put himself out there. And Jefe, the other dude from Harlem, he threw him straight under the bus.
That's crazy. Okay, Ant Jefe, I'm a big fan of him. Hope to have him back on the podcast once he inevitably beats this case. But from me talking to everybody, it seems like it's almost universal amongst people in the LA street podcasting scene that, number one, Ant Jefe is saying way too much about his own case.
Way too much.
And number two, that Ant Jefe is saying too much about other people's shit, meaning the shooter case in particular. A lot of, I mean, and I'm going to be real with you, is like, I seen that on the podcast with him over and over, that someone would have a criticism of him and it would be something as simple as like, yo, Ant, like, you shouldn't be eating on the podcast. Like, Doughboy said that. And I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Like,
where'd he go with that?
Almost everybody agrees that you shouldn't be eating on the podcast. If you have to eat on the podcast, maybe like, you know, move the mic away when you're chewing, be mindful about it, whatever. And like, kind of just launches into this like multi-minute long rant explaining why actually shut the up, you know, I'm you know, like he, and it's not like a lot of like points being made necessarily. It's just basically like, y'all ain't gonna tell me what to do. And I feel like everybody who watches the No Jumper Show pretty much knows what I'm talking about. And that being said, you know, that's part of who he is or whatever, that he's kind of hard-headed or whatever. But it feels like when I watch the YouTube clips of him excusing himself for speaking on shooter shit, speaking on his own case or whatever, he kind of goes into this sort of long-winded filibuster.
He's making it seem like he's the guy. I'm the go-to guy, which they say that is a leadership role. They're already saying it's a group of guys who did this to this guy. And then they saying you sent the guy to go take some money out of his vehicle, right? This is what they saying. You ain't supposed to be in any way trying to make it seem like you're that guy.
Right.
Hell no, but he didn't did so much, bro. Since he been in that jail, he put himself at the murder scene. He put himself there.
Yeah.
I got there at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those guys were there at 6. When they was in an altercation with him, I was buying toilet paper.
That detail right there,
that's crazy.
What multiple dudes who came with Nutty, like Rose, were really emphasizing to me is like, it is crazy to say those dudes were there from 6 o'clock on. I got there at 9, etc. Which, I mean, on one hand, like, there's video from the fucking parking lot, so it's probably not really doing that much. But you're definitely removing your ability to say, that's not me.
No, listen, let me tell you something. Just because they're video, right? When you got a good legal team, they're going to attack everything the DA comes with. Okay, when's the last time that system been serviced? How do we know that that system's not delayed? Okay, is the date? I've seen people beat shit, and you got cameras, like time zone has changed, and you can go back on the cameras and change the time zone, right? The time's off. So because the time's off, well, we got reason to believe it may actually not be accurate. So now, but see what he did, he eliminated all that defense because I was there at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
He put himself, like, bro. But I will say this, Adam, guys like you, guys like me, the camera's the camera. We don't give a damn if it's on or off. Sometimes when people get on stage, they stop thinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Ant got used to living his life on YouTube, you know, and just making videos about whatever the you want to talk about. I was just watching the video of Fulio's killers getting sentenced. And, you know, these are dudes who are running around acting gangsters, making drill songs, blah, blah, blah. And then when it comes time for them to get sentenced, they all talking like, you know, good little choir boys and just acting like they would never hurt a fly. And I'm so sorry. And Jesus told me to blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, damn, like these dudes did the most gangster crash out shit you could ever think of just to end up in a position where they're basically acting like the biggest bitch you could ever act like in front of this judge.
It's not them acting like a biggest bitch. They're acting who they really are.
Well, or, I mean, I think they're acting.
I got some real homies that's fried.
But they might get to prison and start acting like gangsters again. But at least in this moment when they're trying to get a little bit of grace from the judge, they'll act like the biggest hoe alive. Now, if Ant Jefe is actually found guilty of what he's being charged with, chances are he's going to be standing in front of the judge portraying a fake version of himself in which he asks for forgiveness and talks about some shit, whatever, because it just doesn't behoove you in any way to act like you're a gang member or act like you're on some street shit when you're being charged with this shit.
Adam, they're going, listen, mark my words. when his trial comes, there's going to be a whole day or two of character statements.
Right.
They're going to, because remember, they're saying Ant Jefe is the shot caller. He's the ringleader.
They're going to say, Mr. Jefe, what did you mean when you said 5 bands will get you whacked?
That too. What do you...
Just kidding.
What do you mean
that's
by...
a song. That's just art.
What do you mean by when you said on the county jail phone, shooter should have kept it G-A-N-G-S-T-A?
He spelled it out?
He spelled it out. What do you... And then maybe we would have moved. What do you mean we would have... So you are part of... You do. What do you mean right here when you said, you went down the tier to go check out what was going on and you approached one of the guys? He named the dude's name, set we from, all crazy. I was like, damn, I didn't even know dude was involved. Right? They're listening.
Right.
Now, if he feel like it's no big deal where we come from, anything added to an open situation, it's a big deal. Right? And he's painting himself as that guy. You don't want to be that guy right now, even if you are.
Right.
You want character reference letters. You can call in your auntie, hey, that pastor, you still cool? I need a character reference letter. Let him know I was down there, helping the church, whether I was or not. I got something for his pot. You want these type of things coming in. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on there seeming like you motherfucking...
You don't want to give them sworn testimony, basically, that you're a fucking gang member and that you're capable of all this kind of shit.
You the man.